Hello, my name is Killer Kitty, and can you believe that I just turned 40 years old? 40. Can you imagine turning 40? I remember a time when I thought that being 30 years old was elderly, and 40 was basically 1 foot in the grave. And I turned 40 years old, and I'm actually halfway through 40 already. And let me tell you that when you hit this age, things change. You feel the difference. You don't have the stamina that you did in your 20s. You don't have the sharpness. I can't kick butt on Battlefield like I used to. I jump on there and my reflexes, they're just not there. I'm slower no matter what I do. And, I may deny that to my friends, but it's the truth. As we age, we experience changes, and that's just the way that it is, okay? So here I am. I'm a 40-year-old guy. I am unmarried. I've been married twice. I was married for over 5 years. I have a child who's basically a teenager. And I've been a single father since that child was born. And I recently moved to a new area of my state. I'm in California. And I moved to a region of this state about 4 hours from where I was born and raised. And I don't know anybody. I don't know a single soul here. I have no friends. I have no family here. And it has been the best thing I think that has ever happened to me. So I moved from my house down south to a different region of this state. And in doing so, I have been presented with a unique perspective. I have been faced with a lot of, let's say, how do you put this? When you don't have any distraction from friends or family, you recognize things about yourself. Whether you want to recognize them or not is another story, but you're presented with truths. Things that are presented to you when you have nothing to distract you from them. A lot of it is your own personal behaviors. And I have spent the last year and a half kind of just allowing these things to present themselves to me, just having an open mind, not being judgmental, and not necessarily taking everything at face value, just simply observing and watching and listening and trying to learn as much as I could while I lived by myself and acclimated to a new environment, right? So I created this channel because I think that there's a lot of guys just like me. There's a lot of 40-year-old dudes. We were guys. We grew up. We experienced everything. We experienced pre-smartphones. When I was in high school, we didn't have smartphones. When I graduated, the very first iPhone was released. We had internet in high school. It wasn't the internet that you have today. It was very rudimentary. Does anybody remember Supernova? Or I'm not even going to mention them, right? There's a lot of different sites out there. But we were from a different time. I was from a time where when I was a teenager and I wanted to get a girl's number, I had to go to the mall like a loser because I had nothing. I had to go to a mall and I had to just walk up to a girl and ask her for her number, right? And 9 times out of 10, she would just look at me like I was some crazy homeless person and be like, what the hell? No. So that didn't always work out that way. Sometimes I was successful. But I think, my generation, there's a lot of guys that have made that transition from very rudimentary early internet to smartphones to social media. And now look at this world that we're in now. So this channel is just going to be about an exchange of ideas. It's just going to be spitballing. It's just going to be a place for guys like me and you to just kind of bounce ideas off of each other, and hopefully we can help each other out. And that's pretty much all it is. So thank you for coming, and I hope you stick around. Thank you.